الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الحمد لله نحمده تبارك وتعالى ونصلي على جميع أنبيائه ورسوله ونستفتح بالذي هو خير. سبحانك ربنا لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. ربنا آتنا من لدنك رحمة وهيئ لنا من أمرنا رشدا. نعوذ بك اللهم من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. ونشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله صلى الله وسلم عليه وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us beneficial knowledge and to increase our knowledge, to make us among those who learn and practice. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide us in this life by the Quran and shield us from hellfire by the Quran too. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us the knowledge in His book and make us among those who are attached to the Quran. Alhamdulillah, we are in Surah Al-Isra and we are getting into the core of the surah. As we said, surah, basically the theme of it is إن هذا القرآن يهدي للتي هي أقوم. Indeed, this Quran guide to that which is right, best, beautiful, and so on and so forth. So here a list of those qiyam, those that we all as human beings we consider as values, principles, also right and just. I think I said if you can collect those orders and as a homework, and from verse we said 23, right? To what?
22.
From 22 to 36, 38, to 39. From 22 to 39. This is all list of those values that this Quran guide humanity to. And those values are valuable for the life of human being on earth. They are valuable for safety, valuable for happiness, valuable for protection. They are valuable in all aspects of life. Those values here listed in, as I said, from 22 to 39, Brother Michael went through the homework and he collected 9 and 12. 9 and 12 is what? 21, right? And then 2 exceptions. So he collected 21 or 22 of these orders. Today we are going to survey those, and he classified them in 2 categories. Commands or order, instructions, or don't. And then the second one is prohibitions. I mean, don't do that, don't do that. So do and don't. Basically, that's what it is. Commands, do. Prohibitions, don't do it. And they are explicit in this chapter, in this paragraph. So number 1. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. لا تجعل مع الله إلها آخر فتقعد مذموما مخذولا. This one probably repeated a few times in the same passage in different ways. That is, لا تجعل مع الله إلها آخر فتقعد مذموما مخذولا. We'll listen to the translation and then 22 what he said, مذموما مخذولا.
Bismillah. Set not up with Allah Ta'ala any other ilah, deity. But this, set not up to Allah any other ilah, deity, O man. This verse is addressed to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but it's also addressed to, but its implication is general to all mankind. Or you will sit forsaken in Jahannam. That's more or less translation 22.
What was madhuma makhlula? You're going to sit in Jahannam what?
Forsaken.
Censored and forsaken.
Oh my God.
Or you will sit down reproved, like you say, censored. No, reproved is another English language. So many different words.
Madhmum, condemned.
Condemned.
Makhlul,
Humiliated.
madhmum, okay, humiliated or condemned. You condemn someone, okay, so you're going to be sitting in hellfire. You are not only enough that you are sitting in hellfire, on top of that you are going to be madhmum. You are going to be condemned and humiliated. And this is definitely the angels will tell you, where were your brain, where were your mind, where were your thinking, why you didn't so. So it's going to be, in addition to that you are sitting in hellfire, you are going to be humiliated and condemned. Now, makhdula, khudlan, what's khudlan?
No one come to the rescue.
Like forgotten about, left forsaken, like you're just left behind or
No.
forgotten about. No rescue, no.
It's the opposite of yansur, yakhlu.
Okay, that's a good one. It's the opposite of yansur. Yeah.
Victor.
No one will support you. Okay, that's right. Makhdul means wherever you seek help or support or way out, you will fail. Yes.
It says disgrace and destitution.
Disgrace is good.
Destitution.
Destitution.
Poverty.
No, makhdul, yeah, poverty of support. No one will sympathize or give you any hand or any help. Makhdul means no one is going come to rescue you or guide you or help you or support you or defend you. All of it together, makhdul. You're gonna try to defend yourselves, to find someone to defend you, someone to support you, someone to stand up with you. All of these will never be there. Okay? So now, لا تجعل مع الله إلها آخر. Don't set definitely another deity with Allah that you will definitely sit in Jahannam with humiliation and condemnation by all creations of Allah and by yourself too. You're going to condemn yourself too. And then also you are going to sit there finding absolutely no means or ways or ones to support you or to defend you or to help you. That is madmuman makhdula. Now, probably we are unable to go to the deep of this picture, draw a picture. Somebody say in jail, right? Convicted and he is putting in jail. And on top of that, he is daily being condemned. Talk to him in a humiliating way. And also he knows that he is. Also, no one with the visitors or people around really give him a hair of sympathy or support or help. You know, the people when they go to jail, the family, the relatives and some others, they just, okay, that's his problem and he's paying for it. When you go to the jail of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's not. It is multiple punishments that you are sitting in hellfire, which is worse than any jail or any prison. But on top of that, wherever you turn your face, you are getting condemnation. And also, no one absolutely understand why you did it, or will come to rescue you, or help you, or support you. So, this is multiple punishments. Hellfire, condemnation, and no one ever will give attention to your claim. You have no claim really. Or they claim that in hellfire, we know there are only 2 or 3. One, we need break, we need out, we need to get a chance. But no one will, none of this will be accepted. They don't ask anything else. They don't ask forgiveness. They don't ask maghfirah. They don't ask Jannah. They don't ask a change status. They don't. Because they know what they did. And they know they are the wrongdoers. So they ask, give us break, give us a second chance,
Just to get it lighter.
or make it lighter on ends, but that's all what they asking for. But even that is going to be rejected. So that's number one. Now, those who set gods with Allah in this life, are they having any share of that? That's the question. Those who set God beside Allah, do they face any of these? Definitely makhdula, yes. Whatever they ask, God other than God will never do any good to them, right? You're going to ask Jesus, you're going to ask him, but he will do nothing. So you are makhdul, means Jesus will not come to rescue you. Or any other God or deity that you call upon to come and rescue you, they can't do nothing. They are not going to come and rescue you. Or somebody in the grave, or this saint or that. There is no doubt that no one is going to come to support you in this regard, especially those gods you are calling upon. Madhmuman, now this true by all creations of Allah, air, earth, water, food, birds, all these creations, definitely they condemn you and complain about you day and night. Okay, just like it is the same way. If you are doing good, all these creations welcome you and feel happy that you are there. The place you make sujood will testify for you and happy to do so. And the places that you commit a sin, they basically condemn you. Even the rocks, even the walls, all the creations of Allah, except some human being who decided to be just like you, sinner. These are the only people who will not condemn you. But all the believers and righteous people and all other creations of Allah are condemning you. So even in this life, you get your share of these two problems. Madmuman makhdula. In hereafter, it is total. All your life is going to spend with this condemnation and no help and no one to rescue. Okay, number two, which came exactly the same way. Now here you said deity with Allah. Next one, وَقَضَى رَبُّكَ أَلَّا تَعْبُدُوا إِلَّا إِيَّاهُ وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا إِمَّا يَبْلُغَنَّ عِندَكَ الْكِبَرَ أَحَدُهُمَا أَوْ كِلَاهُمَا فَلَا تَقُل لَّهُمَا أُفٍّ وَلَا تَنْهَرْهُمَا وَقُل لَّهُمَا قَوْلًا كَرِيمًا واخفض لهما جناح الذل من الرحمة وقل رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا. This is all the way to 24 about how do you treat your parents. Well, listen to the translation and then we'll discuss it. Yes.
And your Rabb has qadar, decreed, commanded that you worship none but Allah, and that you be dutiful to your parents. If one of them or both of them obtain old age in your life, say not to them a word of disrespect, nor reprimand them, but address them in terms of honor. And lower unto them the wing of submission and humility through mercy, and say, Rabbana, my Lord, bestow on them your mercy as they did bring me up when I was young.
Well, many times Muslims just basically do surface explanation and translation of those verses, and they are deeper than what you think. But number 2, which is وَقَضَى رَبُّكَ أَلَّا تَعْبُدُوا إِلَّا إِيَّاهُ. Allah has decreed that you worship none but Him. Allah has decreed that you worship none but Him. And then next to that, وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. To your parents, do that which is, as we said, right, just, beautiful. That's ihsan. Right, just, beautiful. And then number 4, for no return. You don't expect anything in return. You do it one way. Okay, so ihsan, the word ihsan has 4 elements in it. You do things that is right and just, beautiful, and for no return. If one of these is not there, then it is not ihsan. We went through this on another occasion, that you have the parents, you have the children. Quran has just put too much pressure on the children to do ihsan to their parents. But basically very little and light orders to the parents to do ihsan to their children. It doesn't exist in the Quran that you parents must do ihsan to your children. It does not. It doesn't mean that it is all, one way or no. It doesn't mean that is injustice or okay, well, they pressure us too much to do to them, and nothing was told to them to do their duties toward us. And we said, when you look to the relationship, parents, their life organized and centered around their children. Any parents, all the time, Muslims and non-Muslims, they make all the effort and sacrifice and concern about the well-being of their children, and they expect nothing in return. Really, all what I want my children to stand on their foot and do good. I don't want anything from them. So they are always, parents always on the status of ihsan toward their children, always. And that's why Allah said there is no need to tell them. It is part of their nature. They can't live without being muhsin to their children. They can't. They are always thinking, paying everything, going through all hardships, difficulties, just to make their children live the best they can, the best possible life to live. So the parents, basically they are on the status of ihsan all their life toward their children. Have these 4 conditions. They do the right, they do the just, they do the beautiful, and they don't expect much or nothing from their children, so they are muhsineen to their children. The children, we said, on the other hand, they go through phases. As they grow apart. From 0 to 12. Children, they are definitely focused on their parents. They cannot imagine life without their parents. They go back to their parents for everything. They see their parents just like God. Once they pass the 12, then they find in this life different love. Their love totally. From 0 to 12, their love to their parents. They don't love anyone else more than their parents, or they concern less about anyone else than their parents. But after 12, they find different love. They start having friendship, and also they start focusing on themselves, as the Quran said, to beautify themselves. They compete with one another about their appearance. what they look, what they dress, about also entertainments and game and play. They want toys, they want iPad, they want all of these things that they become, and all of this attachment takes away from their parents, really. The more they attach to the loved ones, to the toys, to their appearance and dresses, to the love outside their parents, it takes away from their parents. They become less focused on, less returned to, less giving much attention. And then as they grow and reach to 18 and after that, they become, basically they have their job, they have their families, they have their own affairs, they have their own network. So some they even drop their parents from their radar. They drop them totally because they have different life. Oh, we'll send them a card. Oh, we'll give them a call. Oh, we'll just visit sometimes. Oh, we'll drop sometimes. That's it. I mean, they have grown, and the attachment of life, responsibility, and other concern takes away totally their attachment to their parents. And that's why Allah said that is not fair. That is wrong. That is not ihsan. And that's what the Quran put all the pressure on the children. Because they change, parents don't change. Parents toward their children don't change. Children is eminently, by faces they change toward their parents. And that's what the Quran in every corner saying, children, you better be muhsin to your parents always. Don't let those changes take away the place of your parents. So that is وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا, and put that Allah on the highest level of good deed. As you worship only Allah alone, you do ihsan to your parents as the other side of this coin. You do ihsan to Allah, you do ihsan to your parents. And that is وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. Now that is only number one in general. Ihsan do always what is right, what is just, what is beautiful, and with no return. Now the second, إِمَّا يَبْلُغَنَّ عِنْدَكَ الْكِبَرَ, Allah saying, when they grow older, your parents, you need to give them more than ihsan. When they grow older, you need to give them more than ihsan. What do you give them? فَلَا تَقُلْ لَهُمَا أُفٍّ وَلَا تَنْهَرْهُمَا. Now I heard the translation and he said, don't tell them uff.
Well, you have that in some translations, but in this one here, it doesn't use that word. And that you be dutiful to your parents, but if one of them or both of them obtain old age in life, say not to them a word of disrespect.
Say them not a word of disrespect. Well, there is now taqul. Definitely, it is a saying. It's something comes from your mouth. And uff here he said disrespect. But uff is, I mean,
Even like they're just a little annoyance. He's like, oh.
Right.
Not even
Minor of offenses.
Yeah, it's not just disrespect.
Contempt.
Huh?
Contempt.
Yeah, Eddie.
Oh,
even
contempt
annoyance,
now.
like-
Contempt is stronger now.
Annoyance, like
Less.
Like,
Like they ask you to do something, you say, oh, okay.
Huh?
The memory that you do underneath that you can say that. But
You might mumble something in your mouth as expression of that you don't like to do these things that they are asking you to do. So it's not just total, you do it. You still have respect, but you mumble in your mouth, you utter in your mouth some word to express dislike to the things that they're asking you to do. You don't believe they are right to ask you to do that. So that is, which is the lightest expression of disapproval of this order. The lightest expression to disapprove their word by asking you to do anything. That is off. So said, don't say that. ولا تقل ولا now تنهرهما, he said what?
Say not to them a word of disrespect, nor shout at them.
تنهرهما, he said shout at them. Well, النهر, when you make somebody basically you shout in a way, you are telling them don't do this. It's not right. I mean, you shout at them, but you mean something. You mean something. Stop doing this, basically. You shout to them, expressing that you're telling them don't stop this. Tanhar basically really means stopping them by word saying to them, stop this. Just like you order good and forbid bad. You're telling them stop this. Okay? You have no right to tell them to stop anything.
But you can listen, and then but you don't have to show them firmly that you don't want to.
Right. You listen. The only thing you can tell them, stop asking me to sin. You can't tell them stop. Asking me to go to the church, you can't tell them stop. Asking me not to pray, tell them stop. Or asking me to drink wine, you can tell them stop. Anything other than that, you cannot tell them stop it. Actually, anything other than sinning, it depends on the conditions. If they're asking you, give us all the money and leave your children without food, you can't tell them stop it, but you have the right not to do it. Okay, because this is responsibility, and you have to balance. If they are in need, you have to share with them. If they are not in need, or your family is more than their need, and they have their own resources, you don't have to do it, really. So you are allowed not to obey them in this regard, because you are going to disobey Allah. Allah said, take care of your children, take care of your wife, take care of your home, take care of your parents too. Take care of them if they need, definitely. But if they don't need, and once you start shifting things toward your parents, you say, I'm going to take the responsibility of my parents, but I'm going to take that from the need of my children and family and house. That is, you are making sin, because Allah told you, no, you have to take care of your family, your wife, your children, your husband, and so on and so forth. So basically, وَلَا تَنْهَرْهُمَا, don't tell them stop asking me to do so, unless it is a sinning, or unless it is asking you not to fulfill your responsibility, and they are in no need to it. And this is a big fight all the time. The parents and the wife and the children, they always fight. Oh, he always gives his money to his parent. And then the parents say, he always gives his money to his wife. And they always, this fight never ends among Muslims. And there are some husbands basically demand from their wives to be slave to their parents, which is absolutely haram. It has nothing to do with it. Your wife has nothing to do with your parents. They are not her relatives. She should treat them the way you treat her parents. If you treat them nice, her parents, then she should treat your parents nice. Islamically, she should treat everybody nice. But if you cut off her parents totally, and then you want her to be a slave to your parents, then you are Fir'aun. What is this? And there are so many Muslims like that.
Abraham disassociated himself from his parents when it came to faith.
Right, he told his father, stop this.
Sure.
My father, he told him, stop this. Asking me to worship idols, to do this, he told him, stop this. Right. طيب, second, ولا تنهرهما. Now, okay, so don't say off, don't tell them stop it, and then what do you say? قل لهما قولا.
Don't shout at them, but address them in terms of honor.
قولا كريما, kind, compassionate, generous word. Even if they are telling something wrong, you address them in a very respectful way, full of kareem, generosity. Okay? Even if you are not generous in materialistic things, you must be generous in your word. You must be generous in your word to your parents. Now this is another problem. Wife and husband, they never generous to one another. And that is wrong. They just basically, whatever bad word comes from here, select another comparative word. So it is negative, you say negative, yeah. And that is, Allah said, no. Be the most generous person in word to your wife and your husband and your parents. What means generous? How you be generous in word to, say, your wife, your husband, your child, say something you think it is taken away from you something, give them more. They say something to take away from you something, give them more. Never reciprocate. So say your husband or your wife said something good about you, negative, attributing to you are this, you are say greedy, or you are arrogant, or you are so and so. They are taking something away from you. Allah said, give them good. Say you are a great woman, you are a great husband, you are a great child. Give them, be generous. Okay? You have to. Even when they take away from you by their word, give them more with your word. That's the generosity. You have to be generous. And that will really destroy all the problems and friction in the houses. Will make the houses just like a house of angels. Now, even what has been said, I feel like this is kind of oppression, injustice she is doing to me. Well, I told him, brother, if someone in this world have the right to do injustice to you, is your wife. So what? Let her do it. Really, take it. That's the generosity. You don't take it from anyone else, but take it from your wife. Why not?
Well, why should you take it at all?
Look at this. Because Allah said, be generous.
I was reading a posting, and it says that in regards to spouses, it says that when one is fire, the other one should be water.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Chef, it is very good actually, in a sense, but we don't want them to take offense.
It's okay. Yeah, that's another good one.
Yeah,
If anyone in this world has the right to take advantage of you, it's your wife and your husband. Let it be. If that's the only one to solve the problem, let it be. Why not? You are losing nothing. Because you are supposed to be more generous. So when they are generous, be more generous. When they are greedy, stingy, taken away, still you have to be generous. You have to.
There is no choice.
They have no choice. Absolutely. Yes.
But Sheikh, I say one thing. I am a slave of my wife, but she should know who's the boss.
No. Allah said, be generous. So we said, when they are generous, be generous like them or more. When they are greedy, taking things away from you, still you have to be generous. And that's what Allah said. Because, just friction, and it ends up in curse come to the house. Curse comes to the house.
She gets to learn. When you switch your friction, she gets to learn, oh, I can't do this again because he's more crazy than me. So then she learn.
Okay, now we are not talking husband and wife, or we're talking both. It might be you are the one who is greedy and taken away from. Okay, so we are taking both. Your husband, if you are greedy and oppressor, the wife has to be generous. And it is the other way around. This is how life will become sweet. I mean, you prefer someone crooked outside oppress you? Say they accused you of something wrong and put you in jail. Oh, you will accept that. No, why not accept it from your husband and your wife or your relatives? If I said it's not that way, the way it is always, but if that is the only way to maintain relationship and to solve the problem, let it be. It won't last. Actually, they will change. Honestly, this guy, this brother, he's still here. Well, he went home in a state of shock because he was thinking he is the most wise person. All this, and then
I was going to say, this is a form of growth.
yes, exactly, and exactly what happened. Really, he went home and he said, "Okay, you want to press me to take something wrong, to do wrong to me? You're my wife, I'll take it." She has changed drastically, forever, not just for one occasion.
So it means that would be like kind of cure.
Exactly, that's what he said, growth. But if I punch and they punch, then what are we going to end up? And they fire and I fire. Actually, shaitan comes in, actually loves shaitan.
Yeah.
This firing between wife and husband, shaitan loves it. And come and just add some fuel into it. Ended up, what is it? Anger, hatred, divorce, distraction, destruction. I'm going to show him. I'm going to destroy him. Really. And they take all the tools to destroy one another. So is that the right way? Maybe you're right. And still let them be wrong and just move on the right direction, in the same direction. So what? This is the closest person to you. This is someone is going to
live with it.
live with them, and you and them will bring the children up. Do you know what's happened? Once this problem is sparked and exploded, it takes toll on everybody around, especially the children.
It becomes generational.
Yeah, you lose the whole generation. So again, we need to take this and stick it, engrave it in our heart. You must be always generous, at least with word, to all your relatives. Just be generous. There are sisters and brothers, and they are so bad and mean, they talk bad about you. Be generous to them. You have to be generous to them. And that's what Allah, قُلْ لَهُمَا, especially in word, قَوْلًا كَرِيمًا. The generous word and soft words really go to the heart and calm it down and soften the inside. But the harsh word, the harsh and mean word, is just make it grow further and stronger, and relationship is deteriorating by the minutes, by the days. And there are some relatives, they don't talk to each other forever. What is this? Cut off your kinship. And that is, وَقُلْ لَهُمَا. This is okay, now we listen what is, it is an order. What Allah said, do this. You don't want the order of Allah? You are not willing to listen to the order of Allah? Allah didn't say, oh yeah, it's recommended. He said, do this. Tell them generous word all the time. Just like he said, do salah, do siyam. He said, do say generous word to them. with no exception. And still we don't want to listen to Allah. We listen, but we disobey. Because she's so mean. Or he is so mean. This is order. Do it, mean do it. Okay? Did he say, وَقُلْ لَهُمَا?
No.
Yeah? Is it an order?
So, وَقُلْ لَهُمَا قَوْلًا كَرِيمًا.
Yes, so it means do say to them.
A good word. Address them.
So it is an order.
It's an order.
So we are rebellious or sinners if we don't listen to this. I'm serious, we are sinners. Because this is an order and we break it. This is the order of Allah.
And it could be something that could prevent us from getting
No,
into
actually
Jannah.
always will bring good. It will never bring any bad things.
I mean, if we don't,
We don't, yeah, we'll make out of trouble. We'll pay the price in this life and the hereafter. But if we do it, it will bring a lot of good things. It will solve the problem. That's it. And people don't like it.
I was just thinking,
Yes.
sometimes, some of your people, they have you like, what is all of this, with them. But you can't let them get to you.
Right. Because the shaitan will come and tell you. Well, I can't let you go beyond this until you commit to the order of Allah. You say, oh Allah, we listen and obey. Are we? Musa is still doing like this.
Yes, a order from Allah will take it.
What did he say?
It's an order from Allah, we will take it from here.
Like what?
Kind and generous words.
Okay. Even when they have...
I have one other question. Let's say if your parents, they are not Muslim, they're non-Muslim, and they reach old age, and for my case, I'm the only Muslim in my family. Okay. Now, I was saying this because the other day I talked to her, I spoke to her, and she said, "Don't y'all throw me away." I mean, see. But I'm saying to myself, well, for us as Muslims, even if we weren't that, we're obligated to take care of it.
Right.
Right. And if we don't, then I just read
We are
I did
sinners.
it,
Yeah.
then we could be forbidden paradise.
Right. Only, as we said,
Even
only...
if you just despise them and they disrespected you for your
Still you
gain
have to
or
be
whatever,
generous.
Yeah.
favored the other children over you because you're Muslim, whatever, you still have to.
If they did all the wrong and injustice to you, still you have to be generous. And the only time you tell them stop it, if they say, believe in Jesus. Or drink wine, go to the church, eat pork. This is the only time you tell them stop it. Other than that, no matter how much wrong and injustice they have done to you, you have to stick to be generous. Whether they are Muslims or non-Muslims. And we say whether the parents or brothers, sisters, wife, relatives, all relatives, that you have to stick to be known as generous person. And it is hard, but this is the order of Allah.
You know, Sheikh, this is very important. What about the parents gossip? I spread the rumor, said so and so said this, so and so your brother, and which is not true, and which create trouble among the kids. Then what do you do?
We need to shed off this trouble. So how? Not by just reciprocating. People does some evil. I think the only way to shut this evil by doing other evil? No. Allah said in another places, you turn off evil by good. And here said by being generous.
No, I'm going to tell you more precisely. Like, I called my mother and she said, I'm busy. Somehow I got mad. Then I stopped calling. And then my father spread the rumor, oh, your brother Jalal Didn't you call from America? Put this house on my name. And my sister said, we don't believe you're going to do so. I said, no, I didn't. So why are you doing this kind of
But the problem is you stopped calling. You shouldn't stop calling. You started the problem early, before this problem comes. You never, even if they were mad at you, don't stop.
Can be, I asked him, I said, why are you saying all these things or no?
You didn't have to. It's going to go away. If you go back to be generous, all this will go
This
away.
is true, that is true.
Just give it time
This is
and behave as Allah told you, all this will go away.
This is true, this is true.
Okay? طيب, come on, let's go next one. Now, the third one, لا تقل لهما أف ولا تنهرهما وقل لهما قولا كريما. Third one. Fourth one, واخفض لهما جناح الذل من الرحمة. What does he say?
And
Lower?
lower unto them the wing of submission and humility through mercy, and say, my Lord, bestow on them your mercy as they did bring me up when I was young.
5. Allah ordered you to do 5 things. 1, He said, don't tell them off. 2nd, don't tell them stop it. Don't shout at them. 3rd, tell them the kind, good, generous word. 4th, lower the wing of mercy and humiliation and submission to them. And 5th, you have to pray for them. These are obligations, okay? These are obligations that just as we pray, as we fast, as we close our eyes from haram, these are obligations and we must inculcate this in our behavior. We don't scream, shout, show disapproval to them, tell them always kind words, lower yourself in submission and mercy to them, and pray for them. That's for your parents, but also it has to go with all relatives.
Let's say we had with a group of kids, we sit down together, no parents involved, and we discuss about the parents. We say, my mother, when always I do this, she does this. So would this be a problem also?
Yeah, that's a backbiting. And backbiting of relative is worse than backbiting of strangers. Yeah, backbiting is backbiting. You mean, if they hear it, will be happy about it or will be mad?
Man.
If they hear what you say, they will like it or they won't like it.
She might be don't like, but sometimes maybe I tell her that whenever I give you this and you take away to give somebody else, so this is which I want you to stop. I said, no, you already gave it to me.
Yeah, that's it. Once you give, she can do whatever you please. Once you give her, she can do whatever she please.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, I hope you get those, because this is, as we said, orders from Allah. So it means they are obligations. I mean, you have to take them serious. You don't take any one of them serious, you are a sinner, you are breaking the order of Allah, just like any other order Allah told you. So they are not recommendations or favorable things. It is orders.